just a mistake. We say that all the time, don't we? But sometimes, a mistake is a thin, fragile line between a life of sunshine and a lifetime of sorrows. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good day to respected judges and fellow book lovers. My name is Tunku Aleesha Balqis binti Tunku Yahaya Putra, a student from SMK Bukit Pasir, Johor, code JEA5028. Today, I am delighted to discuss about a book that doesn't just tell a story, it leaves a bruise on the soul. This is a review on Careless. Careless is written by Bicara, an Australian author, and published by Pen Macmillan Australia in 2006. The novel spans about 293 pages, but do not let a slim profile fool you. Bicara is a master of emotional density. She doesn't need 500 pages to break your heart. The premise is deceptively simple, almost mundane. She sets the scene on a sweltering summer at a local children's play scheme. We can almost feel the heat of the summer, the smell of sunscreen, and the sounds of splashing water. It is the scene of utter safety. But then, the unthinkable happens. A young boy drowns. What makes this narrative so chilling is the lack of a monster. There isn't any malicious intent or any act of violence. There is only the terrifyingly human element of destruction. While many other authors would focus on the high-end drama of a courtroom or a police investigation, Robertson does something much more profound. She explores the ripple effect. Like a stone thrown into a still pond, the death of the boy sends waves outwards, crashing into the lives of those left behind. The story is told through three primary lenses, each representing a different stage of the human suffering. First, we have Pearl. Pearl is this victim's 8-year-old sister. She is the character that stayed with me long after I closed the book. Pearl is a good girl. In her innocent mind, if you are good, you are safe. When her brother dies, her entire moral compass shatters. She begins carrying a guilt that is far too heavy for such small shoulders, wondering if a different behavior could have prevented fate. Then we meet Sonia, a widow, already hollowed out by the loss of her husband. Sonia's grief is quiet, domestic, and almost weary. Through Sonia, Robertson shows us that grief isn't just a mountain you can climb and get over. It is a permanent change in the landscape of your life. Then we meet Adam Logan, a sculptor. He isn't a part of the family, but he is a witness. Through his character, he carries the burden of the bystander. What makes Careless such a masterpiece is Robertson's refusal to give us an easy ending. We live in a world that rewards speed, multitask, we thrive on being busy. But in this book, Robertson warns us that being busy is just a mask for carelessness. The writing itself mirrors this theme. The prose is restrained. It forces you, the reader, to slow down. You cannot just skim this book, just as you cannot skim through life without missing the things that matters most. As I turned the final pages of Careless, I found myself looking at my own life and our own lives as students through a much sharper lens. We live in a culture of intentions. We are so frequently told that as long as our hearts are in the right place, nothing else matters. But through prose journey, I learned that the world doesn't feel our intention, it only feels our actions. Through this book, I've learned that to be careful is to be full of care. It means being so attentive and so present and so committed to the people around us that there is no room left for the mistakes that ruins lives. In conclusion, Careless is a quiet book that demands a very long awakening. It does not offer us a happy ending tied up with a ribbon. The because life rarely works that way. Instead, it offers us a mirror. It forces us to look at the fragility of the trust we place in one another every single day. I chose this book because it changed how I move through the world. And so, I leave you with this final thought. In the world that is moving faster than ever, let us slow down. Let us look at the people we love and the duties we hold and make a sacred promise. I will be present, I will pay attention, and I will be careful with you. That is all from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and thank you. Bye-bye.